Hey folks, welcome to Practical 411. I'm Jason, and I'm going to be showing you how to make your own laundry detergent right here tonight. So we're just going to take a little trip back in time to your grandmother's, great-grandmother's, and we're going to do things the way that they used to do them. I've been doing it for a couple of years now, making my own detergent, and I'm telling you, nothing will clean your clothes better than this. If you have sensitive skin or you just not into spending all that high dollar on detergents, because frankly I'd rather spend my money on other things. So here's a cool little recipe that I use. It's worked great for me and I hope you'll enjoy it. First, you're going to need probably about a case or so of quart-sized jars. That's what I like to use. That's what fits up in my laundry cupboard above my washer, and it just seems like a really good size. So that's what I went with. You can go with half gallons if you like, or full gallons for that matter. Depends on how much you want to be able to mix up at a time. But these quart-sized jars, they work absolutely awesome. Then also you're going to need 2 bars of the Fels Naphtha. I don't know if you're familiar with that, but that is the old-time laundry soap right there. And you're also going to need a box of the Arm & Hammer washing soda. Do not use the regular baking soda from Arm & Hammer. Use this super washing soda. This is what you need for the recipe. Then you'll also need a box of the 20 Mule Team Borax. This stuff is just absolutely awesome. Besides doing laundry soap, you can use this for all kinds of things. So that's all you need, is just these 3 ingredients plus water, and you're on your road to making your own detergents. These 2 boxes right here will last you several batches, because you're only going to need 2 cups of the baking soda, 2 cups of the borax, and then plus the 2 bars, 1 gallon of boiling water, and then another gallon and a quart of hot tap water on the end. But I'll show you how to put all that together. As far as equipment goes, you'll need yourself a bucket. I've got a 5-gallon bucket. After putting it all together, I realized that I don't need that big of a bucket necessarily. You could get by with a 2-gallon bucket if you're going to do it in a kettle like I'm going to show you how to do it tonight. And then you mix everything into here when you pour it out of the jar, because this is going to be a concentrate recipe. So you'll end up putting 1 jar of the concentrate into your bucket and then mixing it with 2 more quarts of water and then stirring that up really good. And then I like to use the hand mixer, just a little electric hand mixer, and I'll show you guys what I do with that, and then naturally a measuring cup. Alright, so real quick, while we're waiting for that gallon of water to get boiling on the stove, we're going to go ahead and grate our Fels Naphtha bars. I forgot to include a grater in the last portion for the equipment needed. So this item right here is definitely a must. You don't want to try to melt down these big old bars without first grating them. So I'm going to grate them on a flexible cutting board here. Got just a little poly flexible cutting board, so that after I get a little pile going inside of my box grater, I can just put it straight into my bowl here, and it'll just make things a whole lot simpler. And also, something I didn't show you but I did talk about was the essential oil. I just picked this up over at the health food store. It's just lavender. I think I paid like around $5 or something for it. Just a small little vial. I think it might be around an ounce or so of product. So this part of the project does take a little bit of time. So, you know, this is something that you can do ahead of time. Put it in a Ziploc bag or something like that, or you can just do it like I'm doing and just grinding it up. And there you go. That's the second bar. Didn't take too long. Maybe, I don't know, 10 minutes for both of them. Alright, so we got a nice little roll here in the water, just bubbling off pretty nice. So that's more than adequate right there. It doesn't have to be blowing up like you're cooking potatoes or anything. So we'll go ahead and turn the heat off, and then that nice bowl of Fells naphtha that we just grated, we're just gonna take our little stir spoon here and just add that to it. Okay, I've been probably about I don't know, maybe 3-4 minutes stirring. All the finer stuff dissolved fairly quickly within a minute or two, but some of those little bit bigger chunks there at the end of the bar just struggled a little bit to dissolve. But I think for the most part we're pretty much there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my 2 cups of borax and 2 cups of the Arm & Hammer washing soda. Now something, you know, a little FYI, I learned this the hard way, is I was keeping my boxes, my open boxes of product up in the cupboard above my washer and dryer. Well, I'm not thinking so much about how much humidity is in that room when you're drying clothes. Not all of that humidity goes out the vent. So I ended up with a couple of bricks. So that was kind of a hard lesson learned. You know, have to go buy a couple more boxes of those powdered items when I'd only made my very first batch out of it, and I was pretty disappointed. So don't go making that mistake yourself. Since I moved them into a different, I actually have a cabinet in my bathroom that's sealed really well. Alright, so I've already put in the 4 quarts of hot tap water, and I'll put in the 5th quart right now. And as you can see, this pot is almost full, so you need to use at least a 3-gallon pot when you're doing this. So now, I mean, you can see already, you know, we're starting to get that gelling. See that? I mean, that stuff is just already starting to gel just from having the heat turned off to the stove, which I did after we had the boiling water go on. To start adding in the soap, we turned the stove off and then added up all of our ingredients in, as you saw, and just from that water being that much cooler coming out of the tap, it's already starting to do its thing. So I just want to give it a good quick stir just to make sure that you know, all the soap and water is mixed together pretty good. It mixes really nicely, actually. And then once I feel confident with that, we will let this, well, I'll just throw a lid on it and I'll just let it sit here overnight, and I'll check it in the morning and see where we're at, kind of give it a little poke and see how things are going. And tomorrow evening we will break it down, whip it up, and get her jarred. So there you have it, guys. The hard part's done. Alright guys, here we are 24 hours later. I changed one thing as far as the equipment goes. I decided to go with just a hand mixer instead of that mixing wand. This will blend it up a lot faster. It's a lot more set up than it was the last time, so I think I'd rather do this in the interest of time. I'll just put it in this mixing bowl here. Plus it'll be easier to pour it from the mixing bowl with the canning funnel into the quart-sized jars. Here's a quick look at the soap that's set up in the container. You can see that, I mean, you can put your finger in it, dimples and stuff, but I'm thinking there's probably a lot more soft stuff down below, so we'll see once we start digging in with our ladle. Alright, so first things first, we'll just grab our ladle here, and we're just going to start spooning this stuff out of the container here. There you have it, it's all whipped up. I don't know how much volume that I actually put in there, but we'll see when we get to the end how we're looking on jars. don't forget this, make a big old mess. Making a little bit of a mess, not to worry, it is just soap. That little mixer's kind of throwing some stuff around, so that's alright. We're not going to get too excited over that. Just like this. So this plastic mixing bowl that I got here, I kind of like this. I think I did it the hard way last time. I don't remember it going this smoothly. So just keep on the process until it's done. So at the end of that run, we had just a half jar left out of the 9.5. So I'm going to go ahead and take this half jar, mix it into my bucket of soap that I already have going on that I'm using currently, that just give you guys, just show you how simple it is. I mean, heck, because all you got to do is just pour the contents of it in the bucket, and then because we're doing ×2 whatever the content, so if it's a full jar then you just do two more quarts of water, but because it was a half, we're just going to do a full quart, you know, to get the right ratio. So I went ahead and filled up another quart jar with water. We're going to pour that in. I mean, it's just that simple. Then just take your stir stick or whatever you're going to use to stir it up with. Just give it a quick stir just so that it's all good to go. And that is it. And then so as soon as you're ready to do wash, I've got my half cup measuring cup right here. It's a little gunked up with just soap residue. It's just the dry powder is all, just from dipping it in. I just, after I, you know, when it's sitting down there by the washing machine, I just throw that on top, and then I don't push this down or nothing. It's just sitting on there loosely, and then when I'm ready to do a load, then I'll just reach in, you know, and pull it up. And if it looks like it's separating, which more than likely it is, the water will probably, most of the clarified water will be at the bottom. So go ahead and give it a little bit of a stir. You can use, you know, if it's not too deep or what have you, you know, I'll just throw my cup in there and give it a good swirl, kind of, you know, create a little whirlpool in there, get things kind of mixed back up really good. Take a scoop, put it in the washing machine, drop that on top, and you're good to go. Okay guys, well, it's time to wrap up this little project. I'm guessing maybe an hour tops between last night and tonight getting all this stuff put together. I mean, and just the fact that I got 9.5 jars for approximately $5 worth of laundry soap that's going to last me and my son doing, like I said, probably 2 to 3 loads a week, given that I work out of town and everything, and I do laundry there as well. So 2 to 3 loads a week, 9.5 jars. This is going to last me well over a year. We're looking at probably closer to a year and a half with just this amount for $5. How much are you paying for one of your value brand jugs? Last time I was looking, I really don't even want to play the prices right, but I'm thinking $15 maybe for a big old jug of something or others. It's full of phosphates and all kinds of other crap that you're going to end up having on your body. If you sweat bacon grease like I do, man, you're going to leach all of those chemicals out of your clothes onto your skin. And if you have sensitive skin, then I'm telling you, this is a good route. Try it out. And if you don't like it, then give it to somebody else, because they're going to love the crap out of it and they're going to love you for it. So, hey, right there, maybe we got Christmas gifts on the horizon. Instead of giving somebody a jar full of fat mix, you know, like cookie mixes or cake mixes or muffin mixes or whatever kind of cool decorative mixes you can put together in these jars, give them some soap. Maybe you got a stinky relative, give them some soap. Just, hey, are you saying something? No, not really. You know, just a Christmas gift for everybody, so I thought you might like one too to wash your clothes. But so whatever you want to do, but just try it out. I'm telling you, you're gonna love it. And if you already make soap and you're just looking for maybe a little bit different twist, I really like this way. I've made it before with a different recipe, and I really like this recipe a whole lot better. So anyways, I'm Jason with Practical 411. I hope that you enjoyed the heck out of this video as much as I enjoyed making it for you. So please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Sure appreciate you guys. And until next time, catch you later.